seems like everything is working all good. Hello, hello, and welcome. How is everyone? All right, so for today, as you can see, it's a new type of new-ish painting. I started this a while-ish ago. But I thought, why not continue it today? Yeah. So, as you can see, you can't see really the sketch too well, but it is a mug. And I was kind of playing with texture, so playing with texture, playing with shading, and feel that glowing effect. I'm ever so slightly still setting up, too. Still trying to pick out what paintbrushes to use. Again, this morning got away from me. That's how it seems to be lately. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened this morning. Everything was going good. Like, I'm like, oh, I have time. And then suddenly I look at the clock and I'm like, I no longer have time. All right. I think these brushes shall be good. There's the brushes that I'm using. Still looking for another one, but you know what? I might actually be a-okay. You know what? I'm gonna use this flat brush rather than this flat brush. There we go. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? Oh, I almost forgot my palette brush to mix colors. Ah, and it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? Hey, it's good to see you guys. How was everyone's Christmas? Did everyone have a good and fun Christmas? All right, so I'm actually gonna put this painting aside for a minute and bring forward my paint palette. And I need to grab colors. So for this one, it's gonna be like a lot of browns, oranges, kind of like coppery tones. So it's gonna be a lot of white, yellow, orange, and burnt sienna. So I have my cadmium yellow here. Going to put this on there. Nice. That's awesome, Isaac. You got a gift card. Where's the gift card to? Good, and I'm glad you had a good one as well, Win. Glad you all had a good Christmas. All right, hold on. Okay. I know I'm running low on this white paint right here. I believe I have another tube. Yeah, I do. I see it over there in my back stock. Almost done. Some burnt umber. I would have done this before I got on live, but like put all my colors in here, but like I said, the morning completely got away from me. What else? We need orange, my favorite, cadmium orange. And one more, well, actually two more. I'll get some burnt sienna. Where is my burnt sienna? There's the burnt sienna. There we go. And black. Where is the black paint? Yep, my favorite, ivory black. All right, now that I have all these wonderful colors on my palette, I can start to mixing. Nice. That's awesome, Isaac. Hey, those PlayStation gift cards, I know you'll use those well. That'll be fun. You can treat yourself to a new game. That's awesome. All right, so I'm mixing up some yellow first. I'm gonna make a lighter yellow as well. And then I'm gonna mix some for orange. And then remember with orange, when you mix it with white, it can kind of have this like creamsicle kind of look. So to keep it like that vibrant orange color, I end up mixing yellow with it. And there's lots of copper colors. So to make those copper colors, it's a lot of white, orange, yellow, and burnt sienna. It's funny, a lot of people think when you go to paint like metallics on, especially with oil paintings, you just go right in with like metallic paint. You can, but me personally, in my own art style, I like to give the illusion of metallic rather than just going in right with copper paint. And then now I'm going to make a darker brown color for that dark, more like the shadows. And I'm gonna make really like the extreme dark shadows with the black. Because this like painting has a lot of contrast of really light with really dark. It's very pretty. No, I didn't see it, Isaac. I'm so sorry. Yesterday I was just so busy with Christmas and family and all that. I was kind of distant on the socials. But Isaac, I'll take a look at uh Discord after the stream, I promise. Hey, it's Evolea. Hi Evolea, how you doing? Oh, it's so what makes a painting like metallic is they like to give like there I'll show you. There's certain ways of painting where with reflection to make something the illusion that it's metallic, but then there's also just metallic paint. So we're gonna be working with reflections and shadows to give that illusion. It's one of my favorite things. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. What did I get for Christmas? I got a lot of goodies, a lot of treasures. One of these things is this necklace. It's like a little pine cone with a crystal on it. Very cute. Um, I don't have anything with me right now. I just little treasures. Cute things. I know I should have brought some of the little things here with me. I got I did get some manga. Like I got I've been reading ahead in Chainsaw Man, so I ended up getting I'm on the 12th book, so I got that. I got some other like manga that I haven't read before. Like there's one that's called like Cat Gamer or something like that. It looks super cute. I'll let y'all know how it is. Yeah, I want to get back into reading. I don't give time to reading, but I do love to read. And that's something that coming into the next year, I actually kind of want to give more time to, because when I do give myself time to read, I'm so happy and I'm like, why don't I give myself more time to do this, you know? Yep, and then so for this, I'm just basically painting the background. Might need a slightly bigger brush. Do I have one on hand? Yes, I do. Yeah, and this table that this like copper mug's kind of sitting on, it's like a wood grain. So I want to still give that same texture. And why the texture so smooth? So I've been experimenting with different canvas textures. And so I ended up putting Mod Podge over the canvas and then putting paper so that it's really smooth so you don't have that like canvas texture. It's very interesting to paint on. I don't know if I'll do every single one of my future paintings like this, but if I'm trying to give more of a digital art feel over my oil paintings, maybe. It's kind of fun. It's fun to have a different texture. I do kind of like it. Painting over the wrinkles is very interesting. Here, I'll push it up a little bit so it's not so much in the digital forest. Hey, it's Link! Hi, Link. How you doing? I know, right? No, it's super cool. It's like a cut pine cone with like a crystal in the center. It's super cool. Oh, one a big gift that I did get is some new boots. So excited. The boots were, I immediately put on a set and I wore them yesterday. I'm like, why not? I'm dressing my Christmas best in some boots. I like boots. You know, Evo Leia, I did. I did get everything I wished for this year. I really just wanted to be together with my family and, you know, have a good time, have a good Christmas. It hasn't been the easiest year, so I'm happy that it was a good Christmas. Yep, and so I'm kind of like, as I'm painting, I'm imitating the wood grain of the table. So the table's going like this slanted direction, and I'm trying to keep that in perspective and going all the same direction to give that kind of wood grain, but also which direction is the table going in. Yeah, how has it been weird for you, Win? How has this year been weird? Yeah, you know what's crazy too is it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's that this year is coming to an end. A week away is New Year's Eve. Yeah, I kind of want to do some more themed paintings to celebrate the new year. So I decided, you know what? Why not? I have so many like celebration drinks and that kind of stuff and party drinks. So why not finish the year on, at least on the stream, with like these, ooh, like celebratory type drinks. Oh. Wait, what do you mean evilly? I didn't exactly have the Hunger Games on my bingo card. I'm curious by what you mean by the Hunger Games. Did you feel like this year was kind of like the Hunger Games for you? Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was weird when your account got banned. But luckily you got it back, which is good. All right, and now I am going to give a second layer to the not so, I don't want to call it the sky, but like the top half of the painting, this background. And personally, I think these orbs are a little too big. They're almost like the half the size of the cup itself. I think it's a bit distracting. I do like them. I want to keep them, but just I'm gonna shrink them down a little bit. They're ever so slightly just too big. Aw, thank you, Evalea. Well, I feel the digital warm hugs that you're sending this way, so thank you. And you know what, Evalea? I also send you digital warm hugs. I know, it's crazy how, like, everyone feels so, like, close because we can, like, communicate so easily, like, especially through this way, like, but everyone lives so far away at the same time. And there we are. I feel like teleporters should exist. That'd be nice if teleporters were real. Alright, I need to mix more of this, like, darker brown color. Hopefully I have enough. Hopefully I have enough paint on the palette. That's what I was meaning. Alright. So I will say this is... It is very interesting painting on... It's basically... It's almost like I'm painting on paper, even though it's like canvas. It's just canvas glue or paper glued to canvas. It is very interesting because it's also kind of... It's stiffer too. See, I'm making the orbs significantly smaller. And even though it's not blended yet, I'm already liking the size so much better. Coming into the new year, is there anything that any of you would like to see me create? Like, painting wise or cosplay wise? Like, you could be like, oh, I want to see this art medium or this subject matter. Like, any suggestions for the new year? I don't know what I am I doing a New Year's stream? What day of the week does New Year's land on? Because if it lands on a normal stream day, then yeah, probably. But no, when what I was meaning was for the new year, like for 2026. Like, is there anything like suggestions like of paintings you want to see me create, or would you like, are you more interested in more cosplay related things, that kind of stuff for the new year? Yeah, I'm not even sure what day of the week New Year's lands on. So I'm just taking my fluffy brush and I am blending this orb. You know what? I think I want a stiffer fluffy brush. Let's see. This one's not giving me the texture I want either. I have a brush in mind. Where is it? I don't know. I know what brush I'm looking for, and I'm not seeing it. Not seeing the brush I'm looking for. Oh well. This one will do. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it'll do. It says still soft bristles. All right, so when you vote for paintings, seeing more paintings, any subject matters that you would like to see? Like, do you want to see more fan art? Do you want to see more food paintings? Ah, okay. Wednesday and Thursday. So yeah, most likely. Yeah, Wednesday, since I normally live stream on Wednesday. I have to see and what their family's doing and that kind of stuff, so see what's going on. But wait, the isn't isn't the 30th a Tuesday? Yeah, that one will be canceled. I won't be live streaming on Tuesday. this upcoming Tuesday. But I should be good the rest of the days. Yeah, fantasy stuff. Okay, so some fantasy art, some elves, some fairies. All right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Wednesday will. I guess you're right, Win. Yeah, that's kind of freaky. The last stream of 2025 on Wednesday. Is that kind of sad? I don't know, that's kind of freaky. Yeah, it's an entire year of streaming. The last one. Yeah, so much happened this year. Oh my gosh. And too, like, I want to for the next for the for 2026, I kind of like decided with my art, I kind of want to work more on like handmade cosplays, not just like buying cosplays and then customizing them. Even though that's not bad and I still love them, I really miss making cosplays like completely from scratch, and I only made one this year. That was earlier this year was the season 2 Jinx, and I, oh my gosh, I loved, even though it was a con crunch, I didn't really get to just sit and enjoy the process so much, but I really proved myself. Like, I made that thing in a week. The shark hood took a little bit longer because one, that pattern I bought was messed up. So I had to fix it, and also I kept getting distracted with other things, and we had travels, and so it was a lot of a stop and go kind of progress. But like, even though it took me a week to make that whole cosplay, I bet I could have, if I didn't have so many stop and goes and so many problems with that shark hood, probably take me 2 weeks. So I'm like, heck, I can make a whole cosplay in 2 weeks if I really put my mind to it. Um, I I want to give more time to cosplays and in making them, because I do love it, and I love, like, I want to get better at sewing, especially too. I want to work on that. I love foam smithing. I want to continue foam smithing. Yeah, so I want to create more like yeah, art related things for the new year or cosplay related things for the new year. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how season 2 Jinx came out. Yeah, she's really fun. And I have a pattern for a season 2 powder as well. I have a pattern for her that I've held on to. I bought it when I bought the patterns for season 2 Jinx. I saw it pop up as my recommended, and I was like, wait, hold on. I'm like, I don't know when I'll get to this cosplay, but I'm buying it now just in case if one day it gets if the cosplayer takes it down or something happens. I don't want to I'm like, I want that pattern. I'll just stash it away until I have the time to make it. But yeah, so I want to make powder too. So what was wrong with her pants? Um, are you Evo Leia? Are you talking about season 2 Jinx and what was wrong with the pants? I did have a little bit of difficulty making the cosplay of the pants. Just because I couldn't get so she has like these knee pads, but it's just fabric wrapped around the knees, and I kept having to adjust them. So I've sewn them in place, and I have to actually re-sew them in place because I still didn't put them in the right location of my kneecaps. I don't know. It's just how the jeans fit me and moving around, learning progress. But also those pants I like made very quickly, just like grab some old jeans and be like, this will be good. Cut them up. Actually, the jeans at the where the belt loop goes was ripping, and I was like, no, I like these jeans. I don't want to throw them away. Like I like them, and okay, yeah, they're butt breaking. And then all of a sudden, I see season 2 Jinx. I'm like, wait. I found a new purpose for these jeans. I don't have to throw them away. So does anyone else have any like plans for the new year 2026? Like do you have any New Year's resolutions or do you have like what you want to make goals for the new year plans? Or are you still like, oh, we're just recovering from Christmas. I don't even want to think about the a new year coming to like be starting a new year. No. You have no New Year's resolutions, Win? Nothing that you're like, I want to accomplish this in the new year? They don't have to be big goals or like fancy ones or anything like super exciting. It can be even just something small. Like, I want to learn a new art skill or something like that. Oh, yeah. Aww. Aww. Still recovering from Christmas, Evolea, and the last few years. What? Aw, well, hopefully, Evoleo, that 2026 is a much easier year for you. No, when you know what? I'm gonna stop saying New Year's and I'm just gonna say, do you have any plans for 2026? Because I think everyone's getting confused. So I'm sorry, Win. I think I keep confusing you. No, like, yeah, do you have any plans for 2026? Like New Year's resolutions kind of things? Yeah, I'm sorry, Win. I'm sorry I keep confusing you, and I'm sorry if I keep confusing anyone else. Yeah, like what's new? Like what's your plans or your like goals that you have for 2026? Blood, you have the melting snowman or the snowman that's like I'm sweating. Yeah, sometimes life can be like that. Be a little crazy, a little hectic. Yeah, you can have all these plans and then suddenly like other things come into play. That can happen too. But you know what? Life is all about adapting to your environment and being okay with how things end up or change. Aw, I like that, Win. I like that. And you are a good and kind person. I think you're very good at that. Yeah. See, don't the orbs look so much better that they're smaller? So much better. They were just way too intense and too in your face before. Like, what's more important, the copper mug or the orbs? The copper mug is more important. These orbs are just like background. Supposed to look like lights or candles on the table. More like a suggestive kind of thing. But they were just too overpowering. Yeah, I think that is cool, Win, that you did make a Discord server this year, and thank you for helping me run it, because I definitely wouldn't be able to run it by myself at all. Yeah, see, like, you never know what can happen within a year. Of course I trust you, Win. I'm really happy you even offered to make a Discord server because me, I was like, how do I make this thing? How is this gonna work? There we go. Just blending in this last orb. Gonna grab a little bit of orange, kind of help it out a little bit. I actually do like that this orb here is significantly smaller. It makes it look like maybe it's like further in the background. There we go. And then just painting. Yep, just like that. And then I'm gonna, after blending this orb, I'm gonna go back to working on the table, because the table, it does look like it's fading off to the distance, which I like, but I do kind of want to, I don't know, it kind of looks a little too wonky. It looks a little too psychedelic, this table, of where it actually ends and begins. So we're going to make that a little more clear in the description of this painting of how to make this table look like it's not just, because right here it looks like it ends, but then all of a sudden it goes up and it like goes off this way. It doesn't make much sense. So going to kind of correct that a little bit. Oh, thank you, Win. I'm glad you're liking this one. Yeah, my goal today is to complete everything of the first layer, including the mug. So you should be more clear of what this weird shape is here. Because I know it's not super clear on the camera. So what I did a sketch of the painting, and then I outlined it in Sharpie, and then did a Mod Podge of paper on top to give it this texture, but then I can still kind of see the outlines of the mug. But I realized on the camera it doesn't really show up that well. In a way though, you kind of get this like reveal type thing, which is kind of cool. So I want to make sure, so I'm gonna put the painting like this. I know it's gonna be upside down for you guys for a second, but I want to make sure it's like correct for me at least. Yeah, that's like way off. Way off. All right. See, here's the more the edge of the table, or the bar in this case. It could be a table, it could be a bar. I think it's up for more interpretation of the viewer, whatever you feel that it is. Now I take my flat brush. See, this is a good moment for the flat brush. Come in and blend. I'm gonna richen up these colors right here a little bit. Kind of got too blended. You know what I also want to learn next year? I want to learn how to paint cell shading. I've been talking about it for the last few years. If you're a friend of mine, you've probably heard me talk about wanting to learn how to create cell shading and learn that style. I want to so badly. And I don't also, I want to learn it in painting, but I want to learn it in cosplay. So I've somewhat dabbled, not like too hard, but kind of like with Jinx, like more that illustrative kind of paint style in a cosplay, and I loved it. But I want to actually like actual cell shading with like the rich black outlines and the dots and all of it. All of it. Yeah, like think like Borderlands. Exactly when. Yeah, I want to learn how to do that. Really bad. And I've been wanting to for the past few years, and I just haven't give really much time to it. But I want to. There we go. And I'm kind of, this is also why I really like oils for this kinds of stuff, because you can really like, I have so much time to play around with shapes and color and shadow. Like I kind of, I'm kind of like molding the the paint in front of me. All right, so now I will flip back around so it's not upside down for you guys. There we go. And time to move on to the copper mug itself. I wonder what kind of brushes do I have in here? What could I use? Can use this one. All right, so gonna start with the lights like anything else, and this is just the first layer. So it won't be like super reflective or metallic looking at first, because I'm just going in with these like base colors. And you know what? I actually kind of need some more burnt sienna. I think I need some more like richer red brown colors in here. Where are you, burnt sienna? There you are. Ooh, all right. What did you get, Wen? What cool item that's coffee or tea related did you get for Christmas? I'm curious. Oh, that's cool, Win. That's super cool to keep your mug warm. That's actually really nice. And I drew myself little guidelines here of where there will be certain reflections. And so I'm just color blocking right now, and later I'll go in and I'll blend. there's like a mixture of light and dark, so there's like more intensive light here where the light hits, and there's also reflective light here. I mean, I think technically these are considered still lifes, right? Never thought I'd be a still life artist. But I do find these fun drinks very fun to make. Very fun to paint. Ah, that sounds like a super cool gift, Win. Super cool. Super useful, too. And then I'm taking some super dark, rich, like dark brown, almost black, and I'm going around the rim of the mug. There we go. All right, now that it's color blocked, I mean, this is a style. You could leave it like this if you wanted to, but you all know me with my style of really liking smooth blended edges. So I'm going to start with the lights first to keep those lights nice and bright, and then I blend into the medium. And I'm trying to keep a clean brush because with these light colors, they can get muddy pretty quickly. And don't want that to happen. There we are, and just blending, and you can see, so with this, like, also paper texture I'm finding is that it's leaving a lot of, like, it's catching the bristles and leaving these bristle-like streaks. It's not doing it so much on the second layer, but it does it on the first layer where I can still see canvas underneath. So that's a note for self, that second layer will be a must. If I can get this first layer by the end of the stream, I'd be very happy. That's my goal, is to finish it. Yeah, this is an oil. Yep. This is an oil painting. You know what? I'm gonna grab another kind of smaller blending brush. Oh gosh, nope, that is too stiff. These bristles. Even though it's like a blending brush, it's kind of a rougher one. I think this one's still my best bet. And I can't do like a normal, like on like with the canvas texture, I'll do like that tapping kind of motion to blend. I can't do that on this paper. That's what I'm learning. Everything has to be like a just one stroke. That's it. It's reminding me a lot of actually porcelain painting, where a lot of porcelain, it's just one stroke, and every stroke counts. And the more you play with it, the more you mess with it, the more it takes up pigment, and then you have to replace, and sometimes it can get muddled very easily. And it's interesting, this paper texture's behaving a lot like porcelain. Aww. Thank you, Evolea. I don't know, this is just me. This is just how I am. I'm like, whenever I get opportunity to paint and to work on my art, I'm just happy. Now I'm happy to work on my art. Also, this is like what relaxes me and what recharges me. You know, a lot of people, everyone has different things that, you know, recharges them. And for me, it's working on my art. I have to find another fluffy brush because that one, it's okay-ish, but it's not completely happy. There's one brush I'm looking for in particular, and I can't seem to find it. And I know it's in here. It has a green, like, handle, and it's, like, flat, and it's fluffy. Oh, this one could work, but it's not what I am looking for. Is this it? No. I know it's in here. Just have to find it. Where did you go? Or where did you go? Wait, I found it. Ha ha ha. Yay! It's fuzzy. I found it. This is the brush I was looking for. It was hiding from me. Hiding. How dare you hide? Yeah, there we go. How dare you hide from me, brush? How dare you? I needed you. And the dark kind of got a little too, like, down low on that side, so I'm just gonna take my fluffy brush and some orange, and I'm gonna force it back up here. Gonna flip over my napkin. I'm constantly cleaning my brushes. That's also a trick with fluffy brushes, is constantly clean them. Otherwise, the paint can get muddled really easily, and then that's not good. You don't want muddy. No muddy colors. I'm gonna clean that, and then I'm gonna put in my highlight color, because we need a lighter. It's pretty bright right here. Oh, you're talking about brush. Where are you? You were hiding from me. Evil Leia, you are funny. I know what you're talking about. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. Hey, only good vibes around here, you know? Only good vibes. I don't have energy or time for bad vibes. I do not. Here we are. This reflection's looking a little wonky to me, so I'm going to turn it right side to myself to try to figure out why is it looking odd? And I see why. Yeah, it's ever so slightly tilted in a way that it's not supposed to be tilted. And that was because I was painting sideways. It's alright, it's an easy fix. Not a difficult one at all. Just have to mix up. I'm mixing more like this light coppery brown color, making it more yellow too, so it'll kind of stand out more. Aw, thank you, Win. You're so sweet. My friendship. Win, I'm just a little fairy that's creating art. You give me way too much credit. Honestly. Nah, but thank you. That really means a lot. I'm happy. I know, I'm just being me, you know? I'm just doing my art, being me. Aw. Sending you hugs too, Win. Aw, you too, Blood. Aw. That that means a lot, you guys. I don't know, I never, like, when thinking of my art and that kind of stuff, like, I'm just creating, like, I never think of myself to be, like, some kind of hero or anything, so the fact that you're, like, saying here that, like, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. I'm actually, like, a serious loss for words right now. I'm like, what? Seriously. I might even tear up. No, it's true though, Blood. Energy and vibes, they do change things. And whatever you put out in the universe, I truly believe comes back to you. And I think it's like also what you attract too. And yeah, all I want to do is put good vibes out there, you know, and creative ones. My creative magic. I like that saying, Blood. I like that. Sometimes even a hug can save a life. Yeah. I believe in little things like that too. I like that. All right. Well, and like even me thinking about it too, like you guys mean a lot to me as well. Like encourage me to keep like doing these like live streams and making videos and posts and all that kind of stuff. Like giving me ideas and motivation. Like even just doing the live streams, I've been able to create so much art because it's created this space, at least for me, to not just show my art, but like to have the discipline to sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit here, not get distracted. I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna get this done, you know? So you all actually helped me as well, which I'm really grateful for. All right, so now moving on to the handle, which I'm gonna just go in with this medium brown. You know what? Actually, with this handle, it has tripped me up a little bit, even with the drawing. So I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be upside down for you guys, just because I want to make sure where it is and how it looks. It, I want it to be like, you know, correct. I want it to look right. And I'm worried if I do this upside down, that it'll look wonky. And like handles are kind of tricky because it's also like in a perspective. I know any kind of rigid shape can have its trickiness to it. And yes, even though this is a curved handle, but it's also like slightly in perspective. It has to be in the right proportion. Yeah. There we go. There we go. All right, so I did the kind of the base structure of this handle, and now I'm gonna go in with some lighter brown, and there is like a bit of reflection right here. And as I'm blending, I'm going in the same direction as the handle is going. So kind of keeping that in mind. All right. There we go. See, I like the reflection. I love painting reflections. They're so fun. But see how it's like, it's kind of starting to look metallic. It'll look even more metallic when when it's completed and I put in this extreme lights. There you go. And then I have to go back here because it accidentally overlapped where it's not supposed to. And correct that edge ever so slightly. There we go. Sorry that I kind of felt quiet. I just started like really concentrating on this piece, and I don't know, I was kind of really getting into the mood of blending and like really focusing, that I forgot to totally like share what are my thoughts, what am I doing. Started getting hyper focused again. See, it always happens. It's always in the tiny details, right? I also started feeling like a sense of like zen with these colors and just being like, ooh, blending. See, like I said, this is like the relaxing part for me. Doing the inside, and I'm trying to give this illusion that the like, because with these copper mugs the handles are kind of flat, so I'm trying to give that illusion that the handle is flat and it's curving. like that. And there we go. Just have to make a few more adjustments. It's a lot of like, so when it comes to blending, even in the first layer, it's just making a lot of tiny adjustments until it's exactly in the right place. And a good trick to do is just don't get frustrated with yourself. Don't get frustrated. You'll get it. Just keep repeating until you get exactly how you want it to be. There we are. I'm just doing tiny little tap, tap, taps. There we go. Okay, so now for the inside. I'm gonna make the rim of this copper mug. And I'm gonna keep it like this. Sorry, it's still upside down, but I wanna, again, make sure it's correct and not wonky. Oh no, Eulea. Don't get frustrated with others either. Patience is a good skill to have. There we go. And I'm gonna add in some highlights, just little ones, because in the second layer I'm gonna do the more intense highlights around the rim, better ones. And I gotta clean up this edge. Yeah, I also really like doing these food paintings. I just think they're so much fun. And the fun drinks. It's fun. You know, it feels like a party, right? Now for the inside of the there we go. I'm just gonna paint the inside of the liquid. So this is the inside of the cup. But the inside of the liquid's almost kind of like, it's like this yellow gray color. I know that sounds super weird, but it's gonna take a little bit of experimenting to get that right color where it doesn't, I want it to look good, not gross, you know? And it's a very interesting, like, yellow gray color that I'm like, huh, how am I gonna make that? There we go. I look over like from a far point of view at the other monitor, and I am so far really happy with this piece. Just fun. So much fun. All right. So that's good for, whoa, don't wanna touch the edges. All right, so this is good for, oh my gosh, it's already time? What? Where did the time go? What the, oh my gosh. Well, we just want to do a first layer of the liquid inside. So we're gonna grab some white. I'm like, what? How is it? How is it already almost time? How is that even possible? I'm getting another napkin. Going through a lot of napkins. It's because I keep washing the fluffy brushes, that's why. All right. So I'm gonna move this aside for just a little bit. And then I'm gonna put my palette here. And this is dry right here. So now it's the time for like the liquid inside the drink itself. So get some yellow and some black. Let's see if we can recreate this color. I don't know, I might need even a little bit of copper too. I know this does not look like an appetizing color at all. Yee. Yummy, right? If I can't figure this out by within the time frame, I'm going to I'll have to come back to it later. You know what? That might be it. And then I think, let me zoom in here. Yeah, that might be it actually. This is like the base color, but then I see some other like copper tones and just yellow in there and orange. So, and then I see like a green lime as well and some mint. The green and the lime will come later. I'll just do a base of yellow as holding places for now. There we go. Aww. That's really sweet, Win. Aw, thank you. I actually don't even really know what to say. Like, that makes me like really happy and my heart feel warm that my art was able to help you. Aww. Well, I'm happy that you're here, Win, and I'm happy that we're friends. I am. And I'm happy that you can make it to like pretty much almost every stream. It means a lot. It really does. And you make it to almost all my shows too, which means a lot as well. Very true, Evo Leia. Very true. Time does fly by when you're having a good time, especially doing art. That's why sometimes it's hard for me, like when people ask, "Oh, how long did it take you to make this piece?" And sometimes, if I'm not like super strict at looking at the time before I start and then after, like when I finish, time gets lost. Like, I'll be like, oh, it took me like an hour, and in all reality, it took me like 3 hours. You know, it's almost like my creativity, I go into like a time warp kind of thing. And there's like a toothpick here that's holding on to the lime and the pineapple. not a perfect piece of pineapple, but you know what? I think it's good for the first layer, and I can always go back in and add in textures and such in the second layer. And it can be a little more clear of what it is. There we go. And then I'm kind of like giving outline and space for ice to be in here because there's also like floating bits of ice. There we go. And I'm gonna also go around and blend everything. I know it looks kind of funny right now, but trust me, in the end, when I add in more highlights and I make these like weird little spots look like ice, it'll look more appetizing. It's just at the point it is right now. It's like, trust the process. Just trust the process. Yeah, I'm going over a little bit because I'm not at a very good stopping point. It's hard for me to stop art when I'm not at a good stopping point. Like, I can't just like drop my brush and end, you know? I'm like, wait, I'm not, hold on. It's almost like I have a thought process. And it's like, wait, I don't want to end over this thought process. Don't want to cut this thought process short. Almost done. Such a tricky, weird color to work with, too. This like gray yellow. It's so odd. You know, I didn't think of that much when first starting or looking at this piece. It was really the copper mug that like I was like, I want to paint that. Those reflections look like fun to paint. And like, oh yeah, there's a liquid inside the cup. How am I gonna paint this? There we go. Just blending, blending. There we go. Yay! All right, so yes, went a little over the time, but that's okay. Yeah, it happens. You know, it happens from time to time when it goes over a little bit. Oh well, what can you do, right? All right. Yeah, I'm super happy with how this one's looking, how it's turning out. Thank you everyone for joining today's stream. It really means a lot. Did I get paint on myself? I thought I could paint on myself already. Sorry, I interrupted myself. But it really means a lot, everyone being here and just hanging out and asking questions and sharing and everything. Thank you. All right, so as for next week, Tuesday, I won't be streaming on Tuesday, but I will be here on Wednesday. And yeah, it will be the last stream of the year. So make sure not to miss that one. That one will be fun. What I'll be working on, not sure. I might do something celebration like this and continue working on this one, or I might work on something else. Who knows? It'll be a fun one though. It'll be good. Aww. You're so welcome, one. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining and chatting, and it's all good. Alrighty, everyone. You have an awesome rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all next week. Alrighty, bye for now. Bye bye.